So coal burning is to create vessels, whether it's bowls or spoons, fermentation vessels, mortar and pestles. And for this process, it's very simple. All you do is put hot coals onto a piece of wood, and you can blow on it like I'm doing there a little bit, or you can just put a pile like I ended up doing here, and you let it burn, and then you start scraping it down, and it just slowly burns and slowly scrapes and slowly burns and slowly scrapes. For coal burning, this particular project, I was using cedar wood, and one of the things I really like about coal burning is that it's very simple, and I'm using a stick to scrape this one right now, but in general, I like to use a rock. And scraping is probably one of the most important elements of coal burning. I find that it goes a lot quicker when I just burn, let it burn and scrape and burn and scrape and just scrape it all the way down to the wood. And another element too is something I did with this particular project, and what I've learned from coal burning in general is that it's easier for me to burn just put a whole big pile of coals onto it, and like here, put a bunch of coals on there, just let it burn and don't blow on it too much. Some people like to have a lot of air go through it. I just like to have the wind, and that's what I did with this one, and that's one of the main things I learned from this experience was just because I was really busy working, so I just put a whole bunch of coals on there, and then I would just scrape it out. And here I'm scraping with a rock, which is really awesome. That rock ended up really, really being a lot more effective than the stick. But once it kind of burns down, and especially gets a depression, it goes pretty quick because the heat kind of collects in that vessel better, and you end up getting a pretty nice depression in there. And with this, I was able to scrape it down and burn it down without cracking, and you can't really go too fast with it, because if you go too fast, the moisture in the wood will cause the wood to split, and you'll get a hole. So I was really thankful that I was able to do this without cracking the wood. And for finishing, like here, I'm gonna finish this up, make it a little more, carve out a little bit more, make it have more of a bowl shape, take off those edges. Also, I'm gonna burnish it, just taking a smooth stone and some oil and just compressing all the fibers to protect it a little bit. And I just put a little bit of cooking oil there. But I did eat out of this bowl a couple of times, and it definitely did the trick, especially when we were serving stew and stuff. But it was a very amazing project to do, and thank you so much for watching.